Hello, in this episode we will review all the adjectives we have studied so far. I think the number is about 30, and then learn how to make comparisons in Turkish. So let's review all the adjectives we have studied. Okay, we have two houses here. Can you remember the adjectives that you can use for them? Okay, let's do it together. So for the first house, we can use eski, küçük, ucuz. And for the second house, we can use three adjectives similarly. And they are yeni, büyük, pahalı. Okay, let's take a look at these people. So what sort of adjectives can we use for these people? Do you remember them? Okay, the first young boy, we can use genç. And the second group, we can use yaşlı. And the man and the little girl, we can use uzun, kısa. Okay, let's take a look at this lady. So we can use 5 adjectives for this picture. Do you remember them? And they would be iyi, mutlu, pozitif, sakin, and rahat. Okay, let's take a look at this next picture. So we can use 3 adjectives for this picture. Do you remember them? And they are kötü, üzgün, depresif. Okay, let's take a look at the next picture. And the first picture, we can use 2 adjectives. And they are kızgın and sinirli. For the next woman, we can use 1 adjective, which is endişeli. Okay, let's take a look at these 2 people. So we can use 4 adjectives, 2 for each. Do you remember them? So for the first picture, we can use çalışkan and enerjik. And for the second picture, we can use tembel and yorgun. Okay, let's take a look at this picture. We have 2 adjectives. For the first picture, we can use utangaç. And for the second picture, we can use konuşkan. And the last pictures. So we have 2 adjectives again. So what adjectives can you use? For the first picture, we can use kibar. And for the second person, we can use kaba. So these are all the adjectives we have studied so far. There are about 30 adjectives. So let's move to making comparisons. So how do we compare things or people or places in Turkish? So let's take a look at this picture. So we have 2 beautiful dresses. One of them is benim elbisem, which means my dress. And it's 750 lira. And the other one is senin elbisen, which means your dress. It is 1,500 lira. So we're gonna use 2 adjectives, ucuz and pahalı. Ucuz means cheap, pahalı means expensive. So how do we compare these 2 dresses? So it's quite simple. What we need is den or dan and daha and then adjective. So let's take a look at this sentence. benim elbisem, my dress, senin elbisenden, so than your dress, daha, more, ucuz, cheap. So benim elbisem senin elbisenden daha ucuz. So what we're saying here is my dress is cheaper than your dress. So we put than, or it can be done. We're going to apply vowel harmony rule, and then daha, which means more, and then adjective. Let's take a look at the second example sentence. Senin elbisen benim elbisemden daha pahalı. So your dress is more expensive than my dress. So it's quite easy actually in Turkish. I think it's more complicated in English. So all you need is then or dan. We're going to apply vowel harmony rule. And then daha, which means more. And then the adjective. But let's take a look at another example. So we have babaannem, which means my grandma. And ben, I. And we're going to use these adjectives. Yaşlı, old, elderly, energetic, genç, young, and kısa, short. So like we said, we need then or dan and daha and an adjective. So let's take a look at these examples. Babaannem benden daha yaşlı. So my grandma is older than me. Okay? Or babaannem benden daha enerjik. So my grandma is more energetic than me. As you see, she's exercising. However, don't forget to put subject pronoun suffix at the end. So, babaannem benden daha yaşlı, babaannem benden daha enerjik. We don't have any subject pronoun suffixes there because babaannem is o. O doesn't have any subject pronoun suffix, if you remember. But if you use ben as the subject, you have to put the subject pronoun suffix. Like these examples, let's take a look at them. Ben, I am, yeah. Babaannemden daha gencim. Okay? So subject pronoun suffix for ben is im. Yeah? And we change that ch to j. Remember, it's a consonant vowel harmony rules, it's spelling rules. And I explained that in detail. Or let's use kısa. Ben babaannemden daha kısayım. And again, im ending for ben. So we always put subject pronoun suffixes. Okay, let's practice. So we have another picture. We have Serhan and John. And we're going to use kısa, uzun, short, tall, long, yaşlı, genç, old, elderly and young, büyük, küçük, big, small. So I'm giving you some time. You can pause here, make your sentences, and I'm just going to give you the answers in a second. Are you ready? I'm giving some sample sentences. So I'm going to use uzun, kısa first. So Serhan Can'dan daha uzun. Don't forget apostrophe there. After proper nouns, we put apostrophe. Right? Or Can Serhan'dan daha kısa. Okay, let's use yaşlı and genç. Okay, Serhan Can'dan daha yaşlı. Can Serhan'dan daha genç. Okay, in this context, to use yaşlı and genç is a bit awkward because they are close in age and they are quite young. In Turkey, we use büyük and küçük when we're comparing the ages. So, Serhan Can'dan daha büyük or Can Serhan'dan daha küçük is much better use, most natural use. Okay, let's take a look at another example. So that's ben and arkadaşım, my friend. And we're going to use sakin and endişeli. Sakin is calm, laid back, comfortable. Yeah? And endişeli is worried. Okay, I'm giving you some time. You can pause here if you want to. Okay, I'm giving the answers. Ben arkadaşımdan daha sakinim. Yeah, don't forget the subject pronoun ending because for ben. However, arkadaşım benden daha endişeli. So that one doesn't have subject pronoun ending because arkadaşım is o. Okay. So let's do some more exercises. So we're gonna make comparisons, and I gave you bits and pieces, so you're gonna make full sentences. Okay. And I'm giving you some time. You can pause here if you want to. But I will give you the answers in a second. Are you ready? So we have Ali, Oya, Kibar. So we're going to compare two people and use adjective kibar. So how do we make a sentence? Okay. Ali, Oya'dan, don't forget apostrophe, daha kibar. Good. And biz, siz konuşkan. Biz sizden daha konuşkanız. So subject pronoun ending for biz. Yeah, biz, is. Okay. Onlar, sen, kaba. Onlar senden daha kaba or onlar senden daha kabalar. Subject pronoun ending'lar or nothing. Okay. Pelin, Gül, depresif. So Pelin Gül'den daha depresif. Okay. Sen, ben, kızgın. Sen benden daha kızgınsın. So, subject pronoun ending for sen is there. Okay. And ben, Sinan kötü. Okay. Ben Sinan'dan daha kötüyüm. Im ending for ben. Okay. Good. So that's all for now. You're doing great. Don't ever quit. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye bye. Take care.